Barnsley's been full of people all day long, wearing the t-shirts, going to all the fringe gigs and coming down here, especially tonight and at the beginning. I think it's been fantastic.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are kind of disengaged with politics nowadays, disillusioned with politicians, and I think if we tried to come at it from a strictly political point of view, talking about like policies and manifestos and poll results and elections, people might not engage straight away. But when they see their idols on stage talking about it, I know it sounds shallow, but when I was 15, if I saw like my favourite musician on stage talking about it, you're going to start listening.
You see today, everywhere we go, even in a town that's what, 97, 98% white, like Barnsley, or gigs we've done in Hull, Stoke last year, everywhere we go, supposedly strongholds of the BNP and racism, we get an absolutely fantastic response.
This is something that so many people are passionate about, and it's something that's so important. And ever since I've been working with Love Music Get Racism over a few years, we've done events, we've done carnivals and festivals all over the country, and the response from people, no matter where you go, is amazing.
In the last year, I think we faced an additional problem because we've had the English Defence League coming out onto the streets, a bunch of racist football hooligans, in addition to the BNP trying to organise around elections and so on. And I think it's made it even more important to show that there's a majority of people opposed to racism and that there's an anti-racist culture out there, which is what we try to encourage.
As you can see from the crowd, you know, they speak louder than one person. I think that positive energy is what they want, and we got to deliver that.
Barnsley, let's go! Wow! Especially for you! Stop messing around. Better think of your future. Time to straighten right out. Creating problems in town. Whoa! I can't hear ya!
A message to you, Rudy.
Come on!
A message to you.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you look at food, people say, well, what's the most British meal? Fish and chips and a cup of tea. Fish and chips is Jewish, tea's from India. Do you know what I mean? Even to that level, all the music, all the TV, all the fabrics, all the spices, all the foods, everything is part of a multicultural society. I think if it were just British, it'd be a pint of bitter and like leek and potatoes, that's it.
It's actually, I think, the foundation of a lot of good music has come from the cross-pollination of cultures and from immigration, whether you look at kind of ska from the specials right the way through to hip-hop, all over the world and all over the music that seeps into our culture, immigration and racial harmony is at the core of it.
I think you can learn a lot about yourself and your own culture and by interacting with other cultures, you know what I mean? And it helps to broaden your horizons, because I think there's nothing like having an appreciation for other people's food or their music and stuff. To kind of, you know, my music would never sound like what it does had I not heard reggae music and Jamaican music.
He said he loved me, he said he needs me, he said to keep things I'm special. He didn't love me, he didn't need me, got up with Keely, she thinks I'm special. He said he loved me, he said he needs me, he said to Keely, he thinks I'm special. He didn't love me, he didn't need me, got up with Keely, she's fucking special.
You get kind of variations of melting pots. Obviously London's kind of quite an exciting place to be, but you know, there's a lot of cities still in England that are pretty much all British white people, and for them it's really scary, and it's something new, and they aren't used to it like hopefully the majority are. So yeah, I think once people understand and they get all the facts straight, then they can make a good informed decision.
These immigrants are actually creating a backbone for this country. They're serving our food, they're washing our cars, and they're doing certain services in our country that we actually depend on.
The best of our societies have been about people coming together and cultures mixing. I think when people are allowed to do that, you see the best of humanity.
I don't strike judgment on any political party, but one thing I do say is that the best way to reach out to people to change views on any situation is through music. So I'm here.
Make some noise! Hands up! Get ready! All together, let's sing!
I don't want my kids growing up in a world where colour's even an issue. Do you know what I mean? Because gender's not an issue these days. You know, there's more girls go to university than men these days, and gender's not particularly an issue as much as it was in the past. And why should race be any different?
My hopes for the future are that my children can not be aware that colour exists and to just accept every human being for who they are and what they are.
As a person who is of dual heritage and has dealt with racism on both sides of the spectrum, from white people and black people, I would like to see immediately an integration of nations.
I don't see the problem with people just living where they want to live. And if coming to Britain means that they and their family have a better life, that's nothing but a good thing, surely.
I don't want to be doing these because, you know, we want to stamp out racism entirely from our society, but I suspect it's a problem that's going to be around for a while, and it's going to take a long and sustained struggle to stamp it out.
So I just hope we can get rid of some of the hatred. You won't get rid of all of it, let's hope we can get rid of some of it.
You're born as a stranger, you live as a stranger, and you die as a stranger, but in this world we're here to work together.
Wouldn't it be great if there was no need to even mention racism? It goes out of the dictionary.
This country is Great Britain for a reason, and that's because all the nations came together and made it what it is.